The following podcast is brought to you by the Johners Podcasting Network, found exclusively at WrestlingWithJohners.com.
Welcome to episode 9 of Work the Left Side. This week I'm joined by Ryan Palmer and James Richards. We just talk all things WrestleMania. So, the good, the bad, the ugly, memorable moments, shitty moments. So anything and everything WrestleMania related. So, that's it really. Awesome time. Both guys are great. So yeah, hope you enjoy it. Just a short intro. Just wanted to give those guys a plug and show them some love. So yeah, enjoy episode 9. If you're watching this on YouTube, don't forget to hit subscribe and hit notify as well, so you know when the episodes have dropped. So yeah, enjoy and namaste.
So I'll just say welcome to episode 9 of Work the Left Side. For obvious reasons, it's going to be a WrestleMania themed episode, and I'm joined this week by the dynamic duo of Ryan Palmer and James Richards. Say hi.
Yo, hello.
Hello. Good to be here.
It's WrestleMania.
It is WrestleMania, very nearly. Are you guys hyped for this year yet?
You know what?
Not really. I'm not. I always have very, very low expectations, and I'm keeping my expectations on the floor. So if they exceed my expectations on the day itself, then I'm a happy guy.
Best way to do it. Fair.
Well, my thing is, it's the first show of fans. They're gonna go big.
There's not going to be many fans though. It's not going to be like a packed stadium where it's going to be. It's going to be patchy.
Because first they said 25,000, didn't they? Now they're trying to get 40,000 or 45,000. So that still seems, up in the air as to how many people are even going to be there.
Well, I sort of got a little thing about how they're treating this, because I literally passed out a WrestleVotes tweeted saying there's talk about not having a match on the first night kickoff show. Just have that first guy in the main card be the first guy out.
Okay.
In front of fans to begin with, which I think would be Drew and Bobby then.
Yeah, they've got to make it. I'm thinking they've got to make it big. Got to make it a championship match if they're going to have a big occasion of it being the first show back with fans. But in the same instance, do they want to blow their fans out at the beginning? Start them behind. Fiend Orton.
Just for that entrance, imagine a Fiend entrance in front of fans.
The issue I have with that, it'll be light.
Yeah, you got to wait until it's dark for that.
Yeah, shit. Yeah,
we saw that Mania 31 when Undertaker came out in the light.
Everyone hated that shit.
Yeah, it lost its vibe then, didn't it? Really.
Yeah.
So low expectations. Hopefully, we'll be pleasantly surprised.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. And say this build for this Mania hasn't been that great for me. In the last couple of Raw and SmackDowns, it's just like, all right, I hate you. You hate me. Let's have a match at Mania.
I think there's actually 2 matches I could think of that actually had an actual build, and that's unfortunately Braun and Shane, and the main event of night 2, the triple threat match.
Yeah, that's a really silly build as well.
And Orton Fiend, I'd say that's 3.
Oh yeah, Orton Fiend. That's been going on since October, I think.
But the copy and pasting the whole Ripley Oscar against Nia Jackson fucking Shayna.
Yeah,
they did on SmackDown with Belair and Sasha, and that was just being shit. Now they're like, we'll just copy and paste it over onto Raw.
Will they get along? No, they won't get along, you bastards. Fucking hell. They didn't need to do this.
You've got Ripley, you've got Oscar. Just let them two just face to face every week until they actually butt heads. That'll do.
We've muddied the waters well and truly there as well.
Right. On to happier notes. I've got my kid Samurai Sword here, so apologies for playing that. Manias of old, good manias, happier manias, manias that make us smile or cry or laugh. Yeah, we're just going to be talking WrestleMania moments, whether they're good, the bad, and the ugly, really. So I'm going to throw this out. Who wants to go first? Who has got their first WrestleMania moment to share?
I'll go. Well, the first WrestleMania that I remember watching would have been 6. I think people of a certain age, my certain age,
God, I'm so young.
From this country as well, all their first manias are always going to be WrestleMania 6 because of the fact I think that's the first one that Sky TV aired right back in the 90s, 1990, I think that one was. I remember bits and pieces of watching Wrestling Challenge and Superstars of Wrestling before that, and then this event called WrestleMania. Oh yeah, what's all this about? So decided to stay up really late, turn on Sky Sports, and watch the whole event. It was not really a memorable WrestleMania apart from the main event, which was Hogan Warrior. Hogan being this larger than life superhero, eat your press, eat your vitamins and all that kind of stuff. To me at the time, I was just like, yeah, you're a phony. I didn't really like you. I was kind of a Warrior guy, and Warrior was my guy. Warrior was the Intercontinental Champion at the time, but he was like a loony. Like, hook your motorcycle up to the spaceship, and he's like, what the hell are you supposed to be? Are you Thor? Are you an alien? Are you some sort of galaxy warrior?
Coked up is what he was.
And when he friggin' beat Hogan for the championship, it's like, yes. At last, Hogan's been beaten. Yeah. But at the same time, it's just like, Hogan, get out the friggin' ring. Go away. Get out. You can't even let the man have his spotlight. No, stop hugging him. So, yeah, as I say, that was like the first WWF memory, pay-per-view memory for me because it was the first one that I ever watched. And it was like a time where satellite TV was in its infancy. TV in general was becoming 24 hours. There's like maybe 1 or 2 TV channels that had a 24-hour license, so to speak. And the world was changing at that time as well. So it's got a lot of different connotations for us.
So, and on to the younger generation then. James.
Well, my first ever wrestling show I watched was Mania 24 in 2008, which I think is probably the most underrated WrestleMania of all time.
Is that the one with the Triple H Taker Hell in a Cell?
No.
No.
The main event was Edge Undertaker.
Yeah, sorry, my bad. Yeah.
And obviously, I think I might have said this when we last did the podcast, all 3 of us together. Like my first wrestling memory was JBL throwing a trash can at Hornswoggle. It was a Belfast ball between Finny and JBL.
Yeah.
Yes. It was hilarious.
Look at that now. It's so funny.
Yeah.
People who know on podcast knows I don't like Hornswoggle. But also that show is known for Michael's Flair, the match that got me into wrestling. So I didn't have to know what's going on to understand the story of that match being told. Flair's old. Vince said he has to retire if he needs to lose the match. Shawn made him retire. And yeah, from Michael's point knee breaking his ribs on the announce table to them missing the moonsault pretty much. And just like the whole match, really, is still up there, one of my favourite matches of all time, Michael's Flair. And the actual moment probably made a lot of wrestling fans cry, my guess. When Shawn said, "I'm sorry, I love you." And also, WrestleMania 24 has probably got one of the best celebrity matches of all time with Big Show Mayweather.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I forgot about that. He crashed with the chair, didn't he? Mayweather just
bust his nose. Breaks Big Show's nose.
Obviously, Bad Bunny's going to beat that with The Miz.
Maybe I hope there's some sort of padding in that match. There's got to be maybe Morrison and
Priest and Morrison on the big side, weren't they?
Priest. They've got to be at ringside, or they're fit to be tag partners or something.
Yeah,
I've
heard something that this could get changed to a tag match till on the day of the show. They're literally holding out.
Yeah, if they get declared fit, literally last minute.
This could be announced as a tag match on the day of the show. But yeah, also I think Main Table's got one of the best Money in the Bank ladder matches of all time. With Punk winning his first one.
That's the one where Punk wins it. Yeah, Punk wins it.
Punk wins his first one.
Mr. Kennedy was in that one as well, wasn't he?
Yeah, I think. I'm trying to remember this. Got Punk, Jericho, MVP. I think there was 7 in this match.
Shelton.
Shelton Benjamin. So got Punk, MVP, Jericho, Shelton, Carlito, Kennedy. Oh, who's just one more?
Is it Finlay?
No, it wasn't Finlay.
Oh no, it wasn't Finlay, obviously. No.
Might come back to me on that one.
Masters?
No. I honestly don't know.
It's gonna bug you, know, isn't it?
Yeah.
You'll just randomly shout somebody's name at the end.
Morrison, that was it.
Okay.
Yeah, I think Mania 24 has always been underlooked as a Mania. It's got one of the best main events. Got a really good undercard, minus Kane Chavo.
Oh, that was the 5-second squash job, wasn't it?
Yeah.
For the ECW title.
Yeah. First ECW title match in Mania history goes 8 seconds.
That's shocking.
They had no love for that belt. Here's a random fact as well. I'll bring up before I forget about it. You know, this year's match for Cesaro is his first ever WrestleMania singles match.
Yeah.
That's fucking mental. He's been with the company like 10 years or something.
I bet we all thought that when he won the Andre the Giant Battle Royal Memorial, it was like, yes, they're gonna fucking push him now. They're gonna do loads of stuff with him, and then
it was Heyman as well straight afterwards, didn't they?
Yeah, the night after.
Yeah. So he won the Battle Royal, but it was Heyman. You're like, right, this dude's getting the push now to the moon. And it's like, yeah, no. But to tell you what, we'd put it with Tyson Kidd.
Good tag team though.
They were
awesome tag team, but it's just like same as the Bar. Awesome tag team, but they just both of those guys should not have been in tag team. So
what about your memory?
My first one, I would say, would be. I think I want to say. I don't want to say because I don't want Ryan to leave because it made him leave wrestling once. But the first one I remember watching properly was the Rome. Was the old Toga one, WrestleMania 9. Yeah. So I've got vague memories of Warrior at WrestleMania 8 prior to that, but the one I remember as a total mania was WrestleMania 9 because just that you had obviously you had the Shawn Michaels, you had Tonka in there, and then you just had that ending, and which is probably why it stuck in my head. But yeah, just even as a kid, I was just kind of like, no, not happy with this. Did not like it in the slightest. You've got a deroided Hogan just getting a push, probably as a reward for keeping quiet in court or something. I don't know. But yeah, WrestleMania 9. I love the whole get up of it, man. I thought it was an awesome idea with like the togas and stuff. I love the fact it's like a themed WrestleMania. I would pop if they sort of did something like that again down the line. But it's just a shame the Mania itself was shit.
Yeah, so I don't think it's the worst Mania. I think it's just so silly. It's just should be classed as its own thing.
But it shouldn't even be classed as a Mania though. So it's actually not the worst Mania.
Mania 11 and 27 are actual slugs.
Oh, 27. That's the one where the Rock hosted it. It was where the main event meant nothing.
Yeah. Was that Cena and
Miz?
Cena and Miz?
Yeah.
Yeah, the main event was to set up the main event of the next year's WrestleMania.
Which set up the main event for the next year.
Yeah.
It's like a trilogy, some sort of unintentional but slightly intentional trilogy of matches. It's like, wow, did they mean to do that kind of long-term booking? But
can't give him credit for that long-term.
Maybe the first time around, but yes.
Yeah, no, you're right. 27 is very. I think was 27 not the one. Okay, before we started recording, I was on about. I came across this 12-man tag team match.
28 that happened.
Was that 28? Okay. That would have just fit perfectly with 27.
But it's got a pointless tag match. It's got like a 2-minute 8-man tag.
Oh, yeah.
Kane, Kofi, Big Show, and Vladimir Kozlov.
Wow.
Jesus Christ.
Versus the Core.
Oh, Jesus. But,
think of about 2-3 minutes.
Jesus. I've told James this, but yeah, Ryan, I will regale you with this horrible. This can be one of my horrible moments for WrestleMania because I've just watched it again today. WrestleMania 28, apparently, Team Teddy versus Team Johnny for the right to be GM on both shows. On one team, I haven't wiped it from my head already. We had R-Truth, R-Truth, Booker T, Great Khali,
Zack Ryder. He's part of the post-match angle.
Yeah, I can't remember the other two were for the life of me now. On the other side, you had David Otunga, you had Ziggler, Miz, Booker T, and Mark Henry. No, I was saying Booker T, Mark Henry and Jack Swagger. It was just Drew McIntyre. Drew McIntyre was in there.
Oh God!
Just before the 3MB
gets worse.
days. It was just, it was awful, man. There was a bit where it was Khali going up against Drew, and neither guy was looking. You can kind of looking back on this now, thinking Drew has improved tenfold. I don't remember him that much from his first run, but if taking this match as an example, the dude's just improved fucking a shed load. Since it's no wonder he got released.
So going back to that one at 11. Sorry to no sell that. That was a long. that was a Lawrence Taylor.
Lawrence Taylor, Bam Bam main event.
Yeah. I don't remember watching. I don't think I've ever seen it, but I remember hearing about it. Lawrence Taylor did quite well in it.
He did well.
No Pat McAfee, but he was all right.
There's no Pat McAfee.
Yeah, Canadian Destroyers.
Mongo McMichael's in that match as well, isn't he? Or he's around ringside as one of Lawrence Taylor's crew or something. So it's like he went
to WCW, didn't he?
Yes.
Yeah.
Mongo with his dog.
Wasn't that the dude who was married to Deborah?
Deborah McMichael. So Steve Mongo McMichael married Deborah McMichael, and she went to Austin. But that was Bret Hart versus Backlund as well.
Yeah.
The I Quit match with Roddy Piper as a special guest referee.
And just Backlund making noises to quit.
And Piper he kept going to Backlund or to Bret Hart. Do you quit? What do you say? So it's kind of like he's killing the tension of the whole match by screaming and shouting in the microphone. Do you quit? What do you say?
On paper, that match should have been like a masterclass or something. It just ended up being
noises and Piper.
Yeah, pretty much. Normally, noises and Piper is all right. It's still very watchable, but in this case, that's another memory as well. It's WrestleMania 8, Bret Hart versus Piper.
That's a match and a half.
Good match.
That's a good WrestleMania moment for me, that match. We talked about it recently, Ryan, where it was just kind of like the build up to it and everything. Piper's promo before the match was just one of my favourite promos I've seen recently. And just the match itself, he just had that total sort of like heel, face, heel. There's just moments where they had like the ring bell. It's like, is he going to crack him? And the bleeding as well, the blading.
Yeah.
They got stewed out for it, but obviously it was totally worth it because it just made the match so much more intense. So that's another, that's a throwaway. Anyone listening to this haven't seen that match, if you're too young or you haven't gone back, check out Piper Bret Hart Mania 8.
You got the famous finish as well, the reversal, the
Yes.
sleeper reversal. Piper puts
It's been
Bret in the...
duplicated quite a few times since.
Oh, yeah. I think that's the first time I ever saw it in this match, and then after, it always brings memories of this particular match. As you say there,
Austin did it, didn't they? I think.
Yeah. Can't remember.
I'm sure Austin had the $1 Million Dream on Bret, and Bret kicked back.
Wasn't that Survivor Series '96?
Yes, I want to say it was that one. I want to say it's the Survivor Series, not the Mania one.
We can talk about that Mania one.
We can. WrestleMania 13.
Oof. That's with the submission match.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Talk about a star being made with one shot.
Oh, that was just... It wasn't even a one shot. It was just his not willingness to... It's just his desire to walk out of the ring.
Yeah.
That was the final sort of like... Yeah, that's the final piece of the puzzle. Austin walking out of the ring and just being a badass, basically. That was it. Star was born.
It's 100 miles an hour, that match as well. Just from start to finish. Austin immediately goes at Bret. They're out the ring. They're in the crowd. They're up the stairs. They come back from the crowd. They're in amongst the flipping Hall of Famers sat at the front row as well. You got fans slapping the wrestlers as well. Just like, nah, don't lay hands on them. You'll get killed. You got Austin choking Bret with the wire, or is it the other way around? Someone's getting choked with a wire. Bret flings Austin into the guardrail where the timekeeper is. He blades there, but you don't see it. Or Bret blades Austin, and you don't see it because it's really that quick. That's where he gets busted open. They go in the ring. He uses a ring bell on him. He uses a chair. They're both beating 7 trades of shit out of each other. Austin is put in the sharpshooter several times. He tries to reverse it. Can't reverse it. Passes out. Bret doesn't relinquish the hold. Ken Shamrock has to freaking get him off. And then, as you say, Austin has to try to leave of his own steam, of his own volition. It's a freaking excellent match. It's a match of that pay-per-view.
Just to go out to the audience as well was uncommon at that point. It happened a few times, genuinely, with Austin stuff or Canadian Stampede, but it's still not done often enough that it's still like special.
It was more of an ECW thing at the time.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so that automatically made it a little bit cooler because it's like, oh shit, this is kind of like you kind of treading ECW water by being this hardcore, really. That match is just, again, it's got to be one that's highly recommended.
Definitely.
The rest of the Mania though, WrestleMania 13. I don't remember. I've watched them all recently. I can't remember 13 or that much.
Taker Sid the main event
of WrestleMania 13.
Yeah. Yes, it was because Michaels wasn't in there because he lost his smile.
He didn't want to drop the heart to Bret at Mania.
Yeah. So dropped it to Sid or something, and it was Sid Taker on it, or Taker Sid. Yeah. It was a Mania. What I think LOD was in there as well, if I remember correctly from when I watched it.
Chicago Street Fight, something like that.
Oh, it could have been against the Nation.
Yeah.
Right. But nothing Mania really.
One match show.
Yeah, I'd say so. So no disrespect to anybody else that was on it, but that was the match. That's the only match you should watch if you watch that Mania.
Yeah, it's not. The rest of the card isn't that memorable, really. You got Psycho Sid versus Taker, and Austin and Bret. Legion of Doom versus a bunch of other guys. Owen and Bulldog versus Mankind and Vader.
That was a banging match, if I remember correctly. Actually, that was a good match. That was a sleeper match.
But the pretty much a one match show. Brett and Steve Austin.
Mm. What a good match it is.
I think a lot of stuff between 96 and 97 was pretty much, unless it had Brett or Austin or HBK in it, everything else just kind of floated by.
Mm.
WrestleMania 14 was an alright Mania. But again, I think that was more about the main event than anything. And Taker getting his hands on Kane.
Even though them two did not have good in-ring chemistry.
No. Which is shocking. I think it kind of always got overlooked. I'm surprised somebody else has actually said that, because I've always thought, am I being off here? Or I don't think I've ever really enjoyed anything Kane and Taker have ever done together.
Mm.
I really wanted to, but
Yeah.
I remember the New Age Outlaws match from that event where they got put in the bin. They put
Dumpster
Chainsaw
match.
Charlie.
But,
The dumpster match.
Chainsaw Charlie.
Chainsaw Charlie and Cactus Jack versus the New Age Outlaws. The dumpster match. And vague memories. Somebody got put in the dumpster and crawled out of the dumpster.
There was a forklift. They put the forklift on top of the dumpster at the end of it. There was no Judy Bagwell. It was just a forklift.
Just a forklift. Yes.
Or no Kevin Owens diving off it.
Yeah. Oh, can we just say that we're getting Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn again at this year's Mania?
With a special guest, in Logan Paul.
Oh God.
He's gonna be involved in some way.
I know he's going to be on SmackDown this week. Sami Zayn's using him for his red carpet conspiracy theory premiere or something.
I see looking forward to it.
But yeah, Owens and Zayn for me will just be an awesome match.
Yeah.
Regardless, they're two guys that you could watch fight countless times. I would never get bored of watching those two go at each other. And plus, this time we get heel Zayn versus face Owens, which is a totally different dynamic.
Absolutely, yeah, that's going to be different, obviously. Yeah, I don't think I've seen that before.
No, I can't. It's always been face Zayn previously.
Yeah, or El Generico.
Yeah.
I don't think it's ever been Kevin Owens or Kevin Steen as a face.
Nope.
Haven't they been a face tag team before?
Yeah. I know they've been a tag team. I mean, like PWG or Ring of Honor. I'm pretty sure.
But it's the first one-on-one encounter in it with the Shift. So hopefully that will be good. So we're bigging it up here, and watch you get like 5 minutes allocation or something, and we'll just be like, oh, son of a bitch. But hopefully they get a good 10-15 minute slot and they can just smash it.
Maybe that'll be the match that open Mania. That's a good opening match kind of a deal. Those two, I can see them doing like an Owen Brett kind of opening match style.
I think if a match was going to get that, it'd be Seth Cesaro.
It's another good show.
Because you don't have the Logan Paul crap in the middle of it as well.
Yeah, I think it's both a good chance, because obviously Cesaro, the fans are going to pop huge for Cesaro.
Yeah.
I just think it might be a bit indifferent to Rollins at the minute, because he's not had much of a. I don't know how I feel about Rollins. The character, the storyline, and stuff at the minute is just kind of neutral. I'm not digging Rollins anymore. I don't know why they kind of killed the character off of me. But yeah, obviously Cesaro will get a massive pop, and then he'll be pissed off when he loses.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
So, worst WrestleMania match or moment?
Oof. Well, it has to be.
We'll take the Hogan cash.
Okay. Well, I'm at a loss then. That's the one. Literally.
Match because in my mind, Kane Khali from 23.
Ooh.
Oh, it was not a fun watch.
No.
It went 5 minutes longer than it had to. It was a 5-minute match. Mike Angus literally said the worst match he's ever seen live. And it is an utter stinker.
can't even. Well, I'm guessing Kane had to do a lot of the legwork, and Callie just kind of stood in the middle of the ring.
Yep, pretty much. They did a Kane slamming Carly, which got a pop, I guess. That was like semi alright thing about it. Other than that, it was a bit crap.
I'd say on paper, Vince would have been loving it, but they should have known. You get him out to the ring, it's not happening.
Another low point in that show. Did you just talk about matches or moments?
Yeah, moments as well, man. Yeah.
Okay, so there's a backstage segment, right, with Vince McMahon. He's all like talking himself in the mirror, and going, "Oh yeah, son of a bitch," because he's about to lose his hair. And Steph comes in with a baby in a pushchair, and you see like pushchair like facing at the cameras, like Saint facing Vince, and like Vince is like doing this promo to Trump via the baby, because that, as you would expect Vince to do, and he goes, "Steph, you smell that? You smell that?" And Steph goes, "What? He did a Trump.
He did a Trump."
I chuckled at the time. I feel bad I chuckled at it. It's where he's went, "Did a Trump."
He just will not put anything past Vinnie Mac. It's just,
No.
yeah, that would be just even the use of a baby in a promo.
Yeah.
WrestleMania. Wow. Yeah, no, that's got to be. I'll give a shitty award to that one, or a Trump award to that one. Mr. Palmer, what's your second worst ever WrestleMania moment?
The Hardcore Championship Battle Royale. If you remember that one, WrestleMania 2000.
I think me and Nick both thought the same thing there. We thought he was going to say the Hardcore Triple Threat from Mania 17.
Oh, no.
I was about to go, oh my God.
Jeez, no. I mean, this was like chaos. There was Taz involved, Viscera, Rodney. It was like 15 minutes, and there's many as many pinfalls in 15 minutes, and whoever has the title at the end of the 15 minutes wins, and everyone's just getting busted open. The camera can't follow anything. There's guys fighting up the aisle. It's like, no, you come back down there because we can't see it. Then the closing minutes, Crash is in the Taz mission. Taz is in the Taz mission. Taz has got Crash down on the mat, and he's thinking, yes, Taz is going to win. But the ref's counting because Taz has got Crash's shoulders on the mat. So he's like, 1, 2. He kind of fucks up, and then the buzzer goes. I think this is that one, or someone gets hit in the face with a friggin'.
I think you're on the right line.
Yeah, someone gets hit in the face with a candy jar as well. I think that's what happens, and Crash leaves with the title, but he doesn't win. Hardcore Holly won, but no one knows who won because it's so confused. It's like, what the fuck?
My biggest issue with that match isn't the match itself. It's because all them pins actually in the actual legacy of the Hardcore title. Yeah. If you look at the history of it, it's all on there. Then my question is, why isn't Brian Kendrick officially named as a WWE champion because he won in the Scramble match?
Yep. A bit like as Chris Jericho winning the WWF championship on, I think it was Raw or SmackDown from Triple H. That's never been recognised.
Or Ted DiBiase getting awarded the title from Andre.
Yes. Kayfabe, dudes. It's all
WrestleMania 3? Was it 3? Yeah, was that one 3 or 4? Or was it prior to WrestleMania 4?
It was after, prior to WrestleMania 4. I think they had that rematch at Saturday night's main event.
Yeah, it led to the tournament.
The two Earl Hebners.
Yeah, doing the old Spider-Man thing. So
that was a Hardcore Scramble match, shall I say?
Yeah, so I think Hardcore Holly smashed Crash in the face, or smashed Taz in the face whilst he had Crash in the Taz mission, and he pinned Crash, but he didn't win it. Crash won it, but he didn't win it because actually Hardcore Holly won it, but the ref was confused and it was like,
I just gave the belt back to Crash next night on Raw.
yeah.
On a sidebar, has there ever been like such a rapid decline of from a debut to nothingness than Taz? Taz was awesome. Made his debut at the Rumble, beat Angle, and then that's pretty much all I can remember. Barring stupid little skits, or like a tag team with Raven here, or a feud with Jerry Lawler.
I think he got a bad rap from the beginning because he was over. He was so over. Before even the pop was just like immense pop.
Yeah,
we want Taz. We want Taz. What?
Yep.
Fucking hell, they're chanting for him, and he hasn't even debuted yet. So the crowd are chanting for him. So backstage, people must have been like, "You fucking gun! You got fucking over you got over by yourself. We didn't make you go over, so we're immediately hating you." And then, according to Taz, he hit Angle with a suplex, which made Angle hit his head on the floor, concussed him a bit. And they backstage behind the curtain, they all saw that, and I'm just like, can't be doing that shit. So when he's choked out Angle, he's gone backstage, gone through the curtain, and there's no one there. And he's just like, oh shit, where is everyone? So yeah, from that point onwards, it's just like he started him at the top and he just went straight down. It's like, fuck.
But yeah, that's a challenge for anyone in the comments. If you can think of a more rapid decline.
But Fandango debuted at WrestleMania.
That's a good one.
Jericho, yeah.
Beat Jericho and then did nothing after that.
But got a song over.
A dance.
Which was actually in the charts in the UK.
Yeah. The top 10. He was
Absolutely
top 10 with Apple downloads or something, wasn't it?
Ridiculous.
I love it when wrestling kind of breaks that fourth wall. You just tell, like, it just becomes general knowledge. And
it's like the yes came everywhere once Daniel Bryan got that over.
Arsenal, they play entrance themes.
They do it all the time.
What's going on?
They do it all the time. But Arsenal know they've become a meme for it. They just carry on with it.
Embrace it. It's ours.
They're already a meme of a club, so may as well carry on with it.
On a separate note, I'm going to say, where does the Daniel Bryan movement story hold up in your opinions? But WrestleMania
still very high.
It's got to be one of the top 5 moments still in WrestleMania history, isn't it?
It's from when it started, really. It was the night when he got bro kicked in.
That's when he 28. Was it 28?
28. Yeah, beaten in 18 seconds.
Yeah.
So the next night on Raw, the crowd were just like, yes, yes, yes. No one could cut a promo because yes, yes, yes. Even Cena acknowledged it on that night as well. So yes, yes, yes. Daniel Bryan, you owe me some money. Yes, yes, yes. So from that point onwards, that's when the yes movement started. Every Raw, every SmackDown, every pay-per-view. Yes, yes, yes. We want Daniel Bryan. So he became undeniable from that point onwards.
It's sort of gone even higher. I think it was the storyline with Kane and Orton with the weakest link storyline in their whole feud of the Shield. They think Bryan's not ready.
Yeah.
Then they had a couple matches with Orton. They had a mental moment at Money in the Bank that year. They went on to the WWE title match at SummerSlam.
It was a 2-year build, wasn't it? Because it's from like you said, from WrestleMania 28 when he got broke.
Well,
people felt bad for him.
WWE will call it a 2-year build.
Yeah.
It's not a build. Definitely not a build. It's just organic.
They never wanted Bryan in.
No.
I think if I remember, the plan for that Mania was Daniel Bryan versus Sheamus.
Yes. Yeah. I've read that somewhere. I've seen an interview, I think, where Sheamus said it. And it was like, they just wanted the rematch from 2 years prior. Before, obviously, the ball got rolling. and there was
And
100%
Punk left.
Orton Batista in the main event. That's what they thought people wanted. It's like, no.
And then Punk left, because Punk was supposed to fight Triple H.
Mm.
Oh, they need a opponent for Triple H now. Punk's gone.
So
Right.
the B plus player storyline came into effect,
Yeah.
and then the Yes Movement, the Takeover Raw. Was he? Am I conflating? Was he in the?
Was the Wyatt family?
Yes.
Right? For like
Yes.
try and derail it or something. I think like
Yeah.
they're trying to throw things, just to try and derail it as much as possible. It's like
It was in the Wyatt family for 2 weeks.
Yeah.
And it failed because the crowd just continued to chant him. And then that match that he had with Bray Wyatt, a steel cage match. Oh,
God. Yeah, I showed people videos of that. When after it came on, even people that weren't watching wrestling.
The whole crowd slowly going, yes, with him.
Yeah.
The crowd kept the speed with which Brian was doing it as well.
Yes, they did. It was friggin' magical, that. It was like hypnotic. If you were watching that stoned, and I think I was, or drunk, but just like, whoa, is this actually happening? It freaking was. They're doing it with him. It's just like, whoa.
That speaks volumes for Brian, done it. The fact that he's just, which is again, I mentioned this last week, Ryan, where I kind of had the epiphany where I think they've had to put him into the Edge Reigns match to ensure Reigns gets booed, because people will. Right?
Yeah.
Smart.
Yeah. Oh, it's very smart, because they can't risk Reigns getting cheered over Edge, so they're like, right, we'll put Brian in, because it's the ultimate underdog. People will always cheer for Brian.
He's always someone that can take a pin as well. A loss doesn't hurt Brian.
Yeah, that's it. He's untouchable, isn't he?
He went the whole beginning this year, putting Cesaro over.
Yeah, I'd put Gulak over last year.
Yeah.
Gulak got sacked, come back, and then he's back where he is. It's like, fuck. All his efforts just gone to waste. Jeez.
Crazy. But yeah, to me, Daniel Bryan, WrestleMania 30, still got to be one of my top 5 moments, I would say. Not that we're doing a top 5, but if we were, I would definitely put Daniel Bryan, WrestleMania 30 in there. Funniest moments, seems we always kind of get fucked up moments at Mania, or in the trash can at Hornswoggle. Anything that jumps out of you that actually made you chuckle? Any comedy moments? I'm trying to think of some myself now.
What's his face getting tombstoned by Kane all the time?
Pete Rose.
Oh,
Pete Rose. What about it? How about it? Whatever he says. Yeah, it's funny. Slagging off the crowd and just getting tombstoned. Anytime that if you go back and watch like the earlier manias where Heenan is on commentary, or Jesse Ventura is on commentary, or even Gorilla Monsoon, those are always good moments. The banter between those three, in different, obviously, I don't think those three were ever on the same mania at the same time. Maybe Jesse and Monsoon were on one, and Monsoon and Heenan were on another one. But the banter between them, always good. You always got
put a smile on your face as well, didn't it? You just kind of like, Heenan was just the ultimate twat.
Yeah.
But you just kind of loved him. He always, I think when we did the Survivor Series 92 thing, James, and we was going on about the commentary there with like Heenan.
Yeah.
And it's just on point, man. The guy constantly made you laugh like numerous times throughout pay-per-view. But I think that's missing.
Yeah, that one fine moment I remember is Heenan coming on the camel backwards at Mania 9.
Yeah.
Wasn't afraid to make an idiot of himself.
Yeah. That's what a good heel needs to be like.
Yeah. Not so much funny moments. I can't think of any. There's nothing actually really. They don't play it for comedy or that much. I'm trying to think of something that's so bad it made you smile. So something like not as bad as the Kane Khali thing, but like Raven when he nearly shut down like the freaking power to the show in that triple threat match. He missed like a power cable by millimeters or something. That's the kind of shit when you hear that, you're just like, oh, Jesus. Can't help but smile at it. It's like, that could have been Raven's legacy. He could have been the man that killed WrestleMania.
There's actually one match we didn't talk about for the worst ones, which just popped in my head.
God.
Jerry Lawler, Michael Cole.
Oh. Yes. Is that he had Jack Swagger in his corner, didn't he, Cole?
Yeah.
That's all they could do was Swagger.
And Michael Cole won by DQ. And I remember the whole segment, including the match, went a whole half hour.
Jeez.
Wow. Although that goes into the Mr. McMahon Bret Hart match.
Oh,
20 minutes long. They stretched that out like far more than they should have done. I loved what they were trying to do. Bret gets his revenge from the thing that's talked about the most in wrestling history, but they could have done it in like a 5-minute segment or 5-minute match.
5-minute match is Bret beating the piss out of Vince.
Yes. Did it go like 20-25 minutes in total or something stupid?
I think the actual match went about 10-15.
It felt
Clay had all the crap with Vince paying off the Hearts for the Hearts to go, nah, Vince, thanks for your money, but we're actually with Bret.
You had Davey Boy Smith, not Davey, Howie Smith there as well, didn't you? So he was in the tag team with Teddy Hart. God's sake. TJ. He was in the Heart with him and
Tyson Kidd, wasn't it?
Tyson Kidd. What's it? Yeah. Tyson Kidd and Howie Smith were in a tag team at the time, weren't they?
Yeah. With Natty as manager.
Yes. But yeah, that's the one and only pay-per-view I can remember seeing Howie Smith on. I don't know if he's on any other ones, but I just remember that one because it was awful. So I was generally hyped for this. I thought it was going to be amazing. Big Bret Hart fan back in the day. And then they just totally ruined what should have been an awesome segment.
Did they think they were trying to go for like the McMahon Hogan kind of feel or match? You remember how that fucking match was like? That was lit. That match.
Yeah, that was awesome.
And the Shawn Vince match in 22.
Yeah. So and then you got that and just like shit. Bret can't actually go.
Yeah.
So you have to have loads of shenanigans and loads of stuff. So,
but it was just too much.
Yeah.
Sometimes a little is enough. And I'm trying to think. Oh, you obviously got WrestleMania 9 again, but you got Taker versus the Giant
Gonzalez,
which has got to be
Giant
there.
Gonzalez.
Kane and Khali, just for movability. Obviously, Taker moved around a bit more than Kane did, I reckon, but he's still just a big man who stood in the middle of the ring.
And the only way he could beat him was with a rag of chloroform. Fucking hell. Shit. I remember seeing Giant Gonzalez, El Gigante, as he was in WCW. Yeah. I remember seeing him in WCW as El Gigante. And so when he transitioned over to WWF, and he's like, what the fuck is he wearing? So there's this weird skin suit with fur all over it. And it's like, oh shit, he should have stayed in WCW.
Crazy. I saw a video of Khali the other day doing a jump over the top rope, before his legs went out. It's like, oh shit, this is the kind of stuff that WWE obviously saw Khali do before signing him. And then they must have signed him, and his knees just went. Prior to that, the dude was jumping over top ropes and stuff.
That's insane. It just doesn't look like he is even capable.
No, definitely not.
It didn't look like he was even once capable of doing that. Yeah.
Random question. WrestleMania, obviously always kind of associated with the streak for The Undertaker. What was your favourite streak match?
Streak versus career.
Yeah.
That was the best. Hands down. The best of the two Shawn Michaels matches as well.
Better than the Ric Flair one?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
The best ones I think is with Shawn at Mania 25. But my favourite is the end of an era match with Triple H.
Yeah,
that's up there with my mate.
It's just kick-outs galore in that.
But it had the best kick out of all time.
Which one?
The Streets of Music to the Pedigree.
Oh, yeah, okay. That was
I just like hearing you talk about this story. I never knew what your answer was going to be. You mentioned it before.
But with Michael Cole going streaks over, I believed him.
He also had Sean doing that.
Yeah, Sean's like, what have I got to do? What am I doing?
Yeah. And then
Really
the
all embrace at the end, at the top of the round.
Yeah.
And the era didn't actually end.
No, it really didn't.
No, they refused to let it die. It's like if that era died, they'd have no more legends.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think. I've asked this question. I don't even know what the side answer is myself. I want to say not for quality reasons, but just because I remember it. I think it's from one of my favourite manias was Taker versus Nathan Jones and A-Train. Just purely for the hype for Nathan Jones, man. Before he came into it, he was like, this dude looks amazing. You know, he looks like a beast. And then he obviously was just so shit they kind of had to drop him or put him in a tag match with A-Train kind of thing. And it just turned out to be like
dropping from the tag match as well. So he's too crap.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure. I think Limp Bizkit did the entrance. At that Mania. And yeah, for some reason I always remember that. I don't know if it's because of the Limp Bizkit intro or just the arena itself. And it had like this massive long runway, didn't it? And shit match, but it was a WrestleMania moment for me. I just kind of always remember Taker coming out to Limp Bizkit.
Yeah, that's probably the best part of that particular match.
Oh, yeah.
Just that entrance.
Yeah, I just think it's like I say, I just remember really wanting to like Nathan Jones as well. So I think I kind of took an interest in that match before actually seeing it. Just like, yeah, this is gonna be awesome. This Nathan Jones guy looks freaking immense. It was like, yeah, no, it's not a shit.
He was gone from the company shortly after that as well. It was a shame. I don't know why they didn't work on him more and try and improve him.
He had the look though, didn't he? Like, when you see someone, you think like this guy's gonna. He looks the business. He's gonna do the job. And it's just like, yeah, no, he's shit. I think he just took too much effort for him to be bothered. He went off to do films, didn't he? He turned up in films.
He was in Mad Max Fury Road.
Yeah, he's in The Warrior with Tony Jaa, and he turns up in Troy as well with Brad Pitt.
I did not.
In fact, the big bastard at the start that gets stabbed by Brad Pitt. Bit of information. Where does the Jericho Michaels match stem? If either of you remember it, do either of you sort of remember it fondly? Not the first one from 19, but the second one they did that led from Sean faking an injury.
Is that the worst is yet to come match? Is from when he put Sean through
like Jericho Tron and stuff like that.
Yeah, so I like it.
Best
kicked in the balls at the end. That's from 19, isn't it?
That's 19. They hug.
Yes, yeah.
I remember it's a really good match. I remember it with Jericho shimmy into this Reaching Music. Little shimmy before this Reaching Music.
But yeah, apparently I was reading that was just meant to be like a 1 month sort of angle. But yeah, just the fans got behind it that much that it went all the way through, you know, to like Mania. They worked into the Rumble with Christian, you know, coming out at the Rumble for Jericho and Jericho coming in and ambushing Michaels. So yeah, so that was a cool little thing as well, where, you know, these two guys had such good chemistry. It was only going to be for a month, but you know, it ran for like 4 or 5 months. And again, that just speaks volumes for Jericho and Michaels, really.
Yeah, it was a good match. Probably third best match on that card. Favorite on that 19 would have been Rock Austin. Yeah.
We also had Brockney kill himself.
Yes. Yeah.
That was an awesome Mania, man. 19 gets overlooked so much. 19.
I think it's one of the best Manias. Yeah. One thing I've learned from that show is the only thing that can kill Brock Lesnar is Brock Lesnar. I'm pretty sure.
His head must have been fucking pounding after that. Shit.
Well, you see him, don't you? Really, like pops his head on the rope. You can just like his eyes are just glazed, and he's like, he's gonna puke. He's gonna puke.
He's gonna puke. He's gonna. Yeah, he fucked his head up really badly.
It's crazy though when you look back on it. Just how far away Angle is. You're just like, Brock, seriously, mate. Like, you could have hit this 100 times, but you've never hit it that far.
Yeah,
You've never hit it that far. And it's just like, damn. But that's on Angle, man. He should have rolled in. Blame Angle for that. But yeah, 19, very underrated Mania. I would definitely say it's up there, top 5 Manias anyway.
Yeah, easily.
Just for Nathan Jones. I was trying to find some hidden gems because obviously everybody knows the key Mania matches, like your Daniel Bryan's, your Owen Hart's, your Bret Hart's. I went back and watched the Eddie Guerrero Kurt Angle from WrestleMania 21. That was such a good match. And it's one that doesn't often get mentioned. I think always should get mentioned when we're talking about WrestleManias.
But he loosens his shoe, fakes his foot injury.
Yeah, man. And Angle kicks out of the frog splash though, and it literally just like for an entire second, you're just literally like you're in shock. Do you think that's it? Eddie's won. He hits the frog splash. The crowd are chewing. It's in Madison Square Garden, so it's all really close, and the atmosphere's like totally just the fans are loving it. They're hyped for this match. And yeah, Eddie hits the frog splash, and everyone's like 1, 2, and then he kicks out. It's like no, everyone's just like shit. And then he does the little cheeky. Loosens up his boots. Angle slam, pulls the boots off. Small package, 1, 2, 3. Jobs are good one. But the match itself is just a clinic. I definitely recommend watch it. I
rewatched because someone on Facebook posted, unpopular opinion. I fucking hate these fucking things. Unpopular opinion. Savage and Steamboat, yes. Savage and Steamboat isn't really good. Ugh, you fucking moron. So it's been years since I fucking watched it. I'm thinking, I don't remember it being shit. And I don't remember it being so bad that a person from this generation couldn't appreciate it. So I rewatched it again. I'm just like, fucking hell, this match is actually really, really good. It's been, as I say, years since I saw it. And there's no literal way that anyone could not freaking not like that appreciate it.
It was held up as the greatest match at Mania ever for a very long time, wasn't it? Until Taker Michaels. I think that might have been the match that kind of has taken the title, but a lot of people for a lot of years, Steamboat Savage was the match.
I'm part of that generation what I was talking about, and I love that match. I absolutely loved that match when I first watched it.
Well, that's it. Yeah, you've got to be able to appreciate work rate and stuff like that. I suppose it's just if you're in it for the flippity shit that some people might just be into. But even then, these guys were doing stuff. Yeah, they were doing stuff. That was years ahead of the time.
Yeah. It's like this match. It doesn't belong in 1987, 88. That match would hold up now. Watching that, the way they move, it's just like, what the hell? So that kid, it's one person's opinion. Okay, fair enough. But
that is an unpopular opinion. That was actually unpopular.
It was an unpopular opinion. It's unfounded. It's just like, what are you doing?
Not even unpopular.
It's like I'm watching. I'm gonna watch it back to see if it's just like rest holds and chin locks, but it's not. It's like, what the fuck? It's a cruiserweight match, if anything. So, fair enough.
I've always said, man, Savage was years ahead of his time, and obviously Steamboat.
So was Steamboat.
Steamboat as well. Steamboat was still going 5 years ago, or whenever it was.
Steamboat had a really good match with Jericho in 2009.
That was it.
Yes.
Yeah.
I was trying to find that and I couldn't find it. It's like a Legends one. Because it's to do with Mickey Rourke. The one
Mania 25. It was Jericho versus Piper, Steamboat, and Snooker.
Yeah.
Snooker and Piper was a rough watch, But when he got to Steamboat, really good.
Steamboat was just like still flipping, and it was like,
Yeah.
whoa, arm drags galore. Yeah, it was
He's the
still
only guy
going.
that's never worked heel as well, isn't he?
He's never worked a heel. Nope.
It's the only wrestler I can think of. I'm sure there'll be other people out there, like obscure ones that I don't know about, but it's the only mainstay I can think of that's never worked heel.
I can't think of any.
Oh, random, just one thing about it. Confession, I never actually watched Mania last year. I just didn't watch it. I couldn't get into it because of the no crowd thing at the time, and I've never gone back. But I did watch the Firefly Funhouse match today.
Best cinematic match they've done.
Yeah, I've literally I just watched it today. I'm absolutely blown away by it.
The dissection of the John Cena character.
Yeah, absolutely loved it. And fair play to Cena, man, for doing it. He just totally open to just putting Bray over on that match. It just pisses me off more because they could have gone off from that match and just done so much more with Bray and the Fiend and everything. But neither here nor there. But yeah, that Firefly Funhouse match from Mania last year, that's easily one of my favourite things I've seen it from a Mania in a long time.
Did you watch the Boneyard match as well?
No,
that's really good. That's really good.
That was, I wanted to watch that and then battery died on my tablet. So I was like,
oh okay.
Plus I was working, so I was like, okay, I better do some work. But yeah, no, that's on my list. Once I've recharged, I'm actually going to watch the Boneyard match because that is the match that pretty much made Sting leave WWE because he wanted a match like that against Taker.
Oh, should have had that kind of match.
They declined it, and that's when he was like, right, Roger, then I'm off. But yeah, he loved the Boneyard match that much with Taker and Styles. He's like, we can finally do this Sting Taker thing that we've been wanting to do for like 20 years. And they shot him down.
Make it like the end scene from The Crow. If you've ever watched The Crow. If you've not watched The Crow, then you've watched The Crow. Good. So it could have been like in the church, fighting up the spire, the church. That could have worked. Yeah, across the church.
Did you just shake your head when he asked if you've seen The Crow, James?
Yeah.
Dude.
You've never seen The Crow?
No.
Oh, never mind.
This is where we're going to segue for a minute and just tell James off. I'm not mad at you, James. I'm just disappointed.
It's okay. Awesome. I'll get that.
No, you're not very good. I'm not disappointed. But yeah, in all seriousness, non-wrestling related. If you do get a chance to watch it, man, just give it a watch. It's just an awesome film. It's a cult classic for a reason, and obviously influenced Sting.
Yes, indeed.
Although off bar again, when I was doing research for the Kid Cash thing, he wrestled under a Crow gimmick in like 94, 95.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I thought it was really weird. And he also wrestled with the surname Jericho before Jericho made it in the US.
It's like wrestling's a bit like stand-up comedy because a lot of stand-up comedians steal off other stand-up comedians. So wrestlers do as well.
Yeah, you got Dennis Leary lifting totally from Bill Hicks.
Bill Hicks, yes.
Yeah, there we go. But yeah, God bless wrestling. So I've got to call it because we've hit the hour mark. And so before in closing though, we are coming up to this year's Mania. What's going to be the match of the night? What's going to be the stinker? I know me and Ryan have got low expectations. I don't know if James, if you're feeling optimistic or positive, Pete. Yeah.
Either way.
Match. What's going to be the match of the night? What's the big title changes if there's going to be any? Who's going to steal the show? What's going to be the best moment of the night?
Match of the night will be Zayn versus Owens.
We do it both nights.
Yeah. Just plus
of both nights.
I need to get a card up.
Drew's gonna win the championship off of Lashley. What was the other thing?
Moment of the night.
Moment of the night would probably be Bad Bunny and Miz doing something really, really stupid. Oh, actually, no.
No, Shane,
Shane, yes.
Or
Yeah.
into Gunch.
Shane will climb out the cage. He'll find his way to somewhere and onto the ship and then walk the plank into some slime.
I've just thought of something.
What?
Right, they're doing train noises for Braun now. Really goes around the ring. Can they please add like a Wile E. Coyote noise for Shane when he does the fall?
Meep, meep.
And you just hear that noise go, and then you just hear the.
Well, what I think the Braun and Shane's going to go. You remember when Braun and Kevin Owens had a cage match? And how that match ended? Where Braun just threw Owens off the cage for an announce table and Owens won. I think they're going to do exactly the same. Braun just throws Shane off the cage for the table and Shane wins. And next night, Shane will come out saying, Braun, you're still stupid.
Shit. Oh, Lord. But yeah, so I just had to get that Wiley stuff in there. But yeah, you're probably right. Braun is throwing Shane through a cage. That's going to happen. There's got to be good involved.
Yes.
So yeah, Mr. Richards, what's your shouts? What's going to happen? And what be the good
match
stuff?
of night one, Cesaro Rollins. Probably it's weird. There's a match I think will be the worst match of the show, but it's not been announced yet. Probably whatever is going on with the women's tag titles.
That's going to be a fatal 4-way or something, and it's going to be Dana and Thingy
Mandy
versus Knight. What's Bailey doing?
She's not even on the card. She's literally not. She's got nothing to do. Not even hosting duties. Bloody hell.
Sorry, go on, James.
Not probably the worst. If I have to pick a worst match than one that's been announced, Braun Shane.
Yeah.
Big title change in the first night. AJ almost wins the tag titles. I have a slight feeling Lashley might retain. Just go, you think we were going to do one thing? We're not. Night 2, match of the night, the main event. Roman, Bryan, Edge. They've been sort of giving these Roman matches like big main event matches, like go like half hour drama. I'm not comparing to, but the way they do Roman matches is sort of like Okada, where it's slow during the middle and the drama builds up towards the end of the match.
It's pure storyline, isn't it?
Yeah. They're sort of doing Okada, it's long matches, builds up to the final bit. So, especially with guys like Edge and Bryan in it, you can't go wrong, really. And Roman's great as well.
We might get an Uso return.
Yeah, we could get a Jimmy Uso return. Worst match, by what I can see, I can't really say Fiend Dawn, because I think that's going to be a Firefly Funhouse match.
Yeah, it's either going to be a Firefly Funhouse or it's going to be like a swamp match. So it could be potential to be a Steeler, or it could be potentially shit.
Just quickly, I spoke to Ryan about this when we last recorded our podcast, and I said I watched Adam Blompier's booking video where it's how book Cena's last run, and it started in the Funhouse match with Orton and Fiend, and Orton comes and Bray goes to Orton, I wanted to be your main rival, but there's one other guy who always does it. So he turns into like a Circus Soleil person, goes step right up for the 801st time, Randy Orton, then John Cena suddenly appears, and that's how Cena gets out the Funhouse.
Cool.
So they have like a Funhouse cinematic universe.
Yeah, I'll be for that, but that's giving him too much credit. I
think.
But Cena's been stuck in the Funhouse like Agent Cooper. He's been stuck in the Black Lodge.
That'd be awesome.
With the matches announced, probably the worst one, it's really hard for Night 2. Night 2 looks really good.
Yeah.
Just because I don't think they're going to go all out of it, Kevin and Sammy.
Oh.
I don't think they're going to go all balls in the walls of it.
You don't think they're going to get the allocation?
No.
They're going to be allowed to go.
Yeah, I don't think they're going to be allowed to go nuts. We thought that with Sammy Bryan last year, but they turned to Sammy running around and steals a win.
Yeah.
And plus that
Let's-
Logan Paul being around as well, it
Yeah.
doesn't give me high hopes.
Yeah, he might not get the
I'll-
allocation purely because of the Logan
Yeah.
Paul. I think that's enough.
I'll love to be proven wrong. Don't get me wrong. But
there's two sides to every coin with this one because Ryan, like Ryan said, potentially the Zayn Owens match of the night stealer, match of both nights, potential stealer if they're given the time. Same with the Fiend Orton, if they're allowed to be creative about it.
if it's a funhouse match,
yeah.
that's
If it's a swamp match,
it's gonna be crap.
Yeah, it's gonna be drizzling shit. Again, same with AJ and Amos. I think them versus New Jay could be an absolute burner of a match if they're given time. But again, it's just we don't know where. That's the problem. I think in best case scenario is if everybody gets the time that they're allowed, everybody gets the allocation that they should get. There's a lot of potential good matches on that card.
Like this night too is stacked. It's got Roman, Edge, Bryan, Oscar Ripley, Fiend Orton, Big E Apollo, Owen Zayn, Riddle, Sheamus.
That could be a sleeper as well.
Yeah, like they've been doing brilliant stuff for more the last 3 months, Riddle and Sheamus.
Yep.
So I think it's easy to tell from night one, but night two, a bit difficult.
I think Oscar Ripley could be an absolute burner of a match as well.
Yeah.
Again, if they're given the time.
But
An NXT level women's match.
But you also got a lingering fact, which Charlotte could be added.
Yeah.
But that probably will make the match better. People hate to admit it.
Yeah, storyline
will make the match better.
Because obviously Ripley's got the history with Charlotte from last year.
Yeah. The ghost of Charlotte's WrestleMania past.
Ryan, do you want to see Charlotte added into Ripley and Oscar?
Nope.
I think we spoke about that last time as well, Ryan.
Yeah.
And I actually said I'm actually all for it if Charlotte doesn't win. If Charlotte doesn't win, I'm all for it.
Yeah.
The only way I want, as I've mentioned this to you, James, already, the only way I want her involved is if she beats Asuka and then, if somehow it becomes a one-on-one between Charlotte and Asuka, which now it can't, and she beat Asuka and then Rhea beat Charlotte for the title. But obviously that's not going to happen.
But the thing is, we've seen that before with the Mania 35 main event, where Charlotte beat Asuka literally 2 weeks before Mania to take the SmackDown Women's title into that match. I'd rather just Charlotte be added to the match. And it won't make the match worse. I think it'll make it better.
No, it wouldn't. It wouldn't make it better. I don't think it would. No.
I think there's pros and cons. I think there's definitely some pros and there's definitely a hell of a lot of cons. It just depends on what side of the fence you sort of sit on. I personally would be quite happy for action match-wise, Oscar versus Ripley. If it's going to be storyline driven, adding Charlotte to it would make sense if it's storyline. If it's just going to be like an exhibition match with just those two butting heads, it's got to be a one-on-one.
I think the one-on-one match is quite predictable. I think Ripley's just going to win.
Yeah.
I've done nothing with Oscar this hot since the summer. This is her first pay-per-view title defense since September.
Getting it. Right. But I'm going down the rabbit hole here because I could talk about this for a bit longer. But I'm going to say, guys, my phone's just buzzed at me. I've got a 5% battery, so I jinxed talking about my battery dying. Guys, it's been awesome. James, always a pleasure, man. Good, nice to catch up with you.
Yeah.
Ryan, see you every week. It's always it's still lovely. But yeah, so thanks for joining us. Anything you want to just quickly plug socials before my phone dies?
I'm on Twitter at Yardy316 and on Facebook as well.
You can find me on Twitter at Harkan James, and you can find me on twitch.tv/Jamatroy981 as well.
Good stuff.